Hey, Tube viewers, TJ Pyramid here. Well, I have a few more questions for my Q&A from my good buddy on here, Sexy Blues, aka Johnny Blues, the Blues Man. Sent me some questions. To be more specific, sent me 12 different questions. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a video or two responding to those questions. His first question was, pick an object to your immediate right. What is it? Where'd you get it? And if it was the last possession you could ever own, would you be happy or throw it away? So my immediate right. Well, the object I see here, this is the closest thing to my right, and that's a picture of Tina before she actually got here, when we were still online dating. So yeah, if this is my last possession, I'd be completely happy with this. Totally happy. And where did I get it? I got the picture frame at a Dollar Tree, and I printed the picture. So, yep, there we go. Next question. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you most want to go? Well, I kind of answered this in another question that was posed to me, and it would have to be London. I'm just a big fan of British television, so many different shows, the architecture. I've just always really wanted to go there and just soak it all in. Next question. What if we were all living in the Matrix? Time to break out, or ignorance is bliss? Well, now if I could be like Neo and have all those cool powers and such, then yeah, time to break out. But I guess all in all, if I was really just unaware of it, I would just say ignorance is bliss if everything is how it is now. And yeah, I'd be fine with that. Unless I had powers like Neo. Mr. Anderson. My glasses always look crooked on videos for a lopsided old big head. Okay. This one here is I thought about for the last couple days, and I don't really know that I came up with an answer for it. If you could take your vast array of knowledge and passion you have for horror films to create the next potential horror movie icon akin to Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and all of those, what would be your own unique dream character? I really don't know that I have an answer for this, because coming up with somebody that's iconic, I don't know, it would just have to be an amalgamation of all of those things, like, you know, maybe he can enter your dreams like Freddy, maybe he's unstoppable like Jason, and brutal and nasty like Jason, and, you know, as creepy as like Michael Myers. It's just hard to come up with like a movie bad guy that I would be pleased with. I just think it would take me a long time to pick bits and pieces from all these other different horror movie icons, and maybe other horror movie killers that aren't quite icons but are really memorable in my head, like Victor Crowley from the Hatchet films, or Leslie Vernon from Behind the Mask. Leslie Vernon is just, he's an amazing movie character, I think. So yeah, it's the best I can do with that question. Okay, next question. I am now living in the last book, game, or movie I encountered. How screwed am I? If it was the last book, I think I'd be okay, because it was the Osiris ritual, about old-timey steampunk London with like Avengers, pill and steed type detectives hunting down this mad scientist. But the surroundings were pretty good. I think I'd be okay. The last movie I watched was actually the 80s movie Pulse that I just showed in the update yesterday about electricity. So if I was living there, I'd probably be kind of screwed because that electricity, that F's you up. Yep. And the last game, well, that was Dead Rising 3, so I think I'd be very screwed. Yeah, I'd be very screwed. Oh boy, would I be screwed. Next up. If I left your house, took a right at the end of your block, followed that road a mile, took another right, followed that road another mile, took a left, and pulled into the first driveway or parking lot I saw, where would I be? Okay, so let me see here. You would be... I don't know if you'd be in an actual... I don't know if there'd be an actual parking lot there, but you would be close to... you'd be close to Walmart, actually. Because Walmart's about a mile from me. No, they followed that road a mile, took a right there another mile. Okay, hold on here. So... you'd actually be by a Goodwill store and a grocery store that we do a lot of our shopping at called Winco. That's about as accurate as I can get with that. Next up here. Does horror and comedy come from the same place in our minds? Do we react in a similar fashion, do you think, to screams and terror as we do to laughs and comedy? Does horror and comedy come from the same place in our minds? I would say... I think those two are most... yeah, I would think they both come from a similar spot in the mind. Definitely more than like a... than other genres. I just think that it's really hard to do good comedy, and it's really hard to do good horror, but there are so many crappy horror films out there, and there's so many crappy comedy films out there, and there's so many crappy horror comedies out there that somehow, some way, they have to be associated in our minds somehow really close to each other. Because I think of any genres of films, that there's definitely more crappy horror and comedy than any other genres of film. So they have to be associated some way because, yeah, just because for those reasons right there. Okay, next question. Do you think science has given us enough to suspect there's a metaphysical realm beyond our senses, or does the buck stop when we're physically dead as a doornail? I've always believed, and I've always hoped to believe, that after we die, that that's just the end of one life and the beginning of a next life, whether it's back here on this earth or whether it's in some other type of realm, some other world, some other place. There has to be something else that happens after this life, like this first cycle of being a human. There has to be like a second cycle for something. I mean, I would hate to believe that after somebody passes on that that's just the end, that they can't continue to go on with new memories and new experiences. So yeah, I've just always felt that there has to be something beyond what happens after we're physically gone. Okay, take the last superhero movie you saw and merging it with the last video game or horror movie, and merging it with the last video game I played or the last horror movie. What would I get? So the last superhero movie I watched was, what was it? The last superhero movie I watched was, actually not one of the mainstream ones. It was actually All Superheroes Must Die. by Jason Trost. So if I merge this with the last video game, or horror movie, so if I merge it with a video game, I'd get All Superheroes Must Die, Dead Rising 3. That would be cool. Like superheroes that have lost their powers, but they still need to fight these dead people. All Superheroes Must Die, or the last horror movie. So the last horror movie I watched was that Pulse. So superheroes with electricity, fighting off electricity. Yeah, that's what I would get, I guess, if I combined it with either one of those things. Name 3 movies you haven't yet talked about in any videos that you like or loathe. Well, I picked 3 films that I don't believe I've ever talked about before, and I just happened to pick 3 comedies. 3 of my favorite comedies over the past few years. First off here, Weird Al Yankovic's UHF. I would love to see a sequel to UHF. By the way, Weird Al's new album just came out yesterday. Go pick it up, check it out. It's hilarious. Always fun. He deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, people. Weird Al needs to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There are people in there that you can't sit around and hum a tune and people don't know the songs to. People know Weird Al's songs. You can hum his songs. You say a song and people laugh because they know what it is. So, with all the people that get put in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that don't deserve to be there, this is a gentleman that does. Just saying. But, I mean, this has, you know, Michael Richards in this long before Seinfeld, Fran Drescher, Victoria Jackson. This is just a really, really funny, original, great movie. I love this. Anytime it pops up on TV, I usually just keep it on. Even though I have the DVD, I'll just leave it on and continue to laugh at it. Absolutely love this film. Next up here, Terry Zwigoff's Ghost World. Of course, Terry Zwigoff did the documentary Crumb, Bad Santa, and a couple other films. All his stuff's really good. I'm a big fan of Ghost World. The artwork in this that Thora Birch does was actually done by Robert Crumb, and of course this was Scarlett Johansson before she was a big deal. And actually watching this film, I thought for sure after it was over that Thora Birch was going to be the one to take off in the acting world, but it was the other way around. And of course Steve Buscemi's in this, who hasn't really done a lot lately that I've enjoyed, but I do really like Steve Buscemi. There's just a lot of goofiness in this. It's just a really oddball, quirky film. The Thora Birch character is just, I think, brilliant in this. If you've never seen Ghost World, go check out Ghost World. And the last one I picked here, big fan of this TV show when it was on Adult Swim. But this is Tim and Eric's $1 Billion Movie. You got Zach Galifianakis, you got Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, Will Forte, and of course Tim Heidecker and Eric Wareheim right there. They get provided in this movie with $1 billion for a film production. Tim and Eric squander every dime and elicit the wrath of the sinister Schlang Corporation. With their lives in danger, they answer an ad promising $1 billion for rehabilitating a bankrupt mall. Arriving with dollar signs in their eyes, they discover the job requirements include dealing with vagrants, bizarre stores of wacky owners, and a man-eating wolf. Hilarious. Absolutely off-the-wall, bonkers hilarious. I always look forward to anything that Tim and Eric is involved with because they're just whacked out crazy. My kind of humor. Really, really fun. Next up here, cheese. Yes, I love cheese. To eat and in film. Anything cheesy is good with me. Next up, and actually the last question, if your autobiography was completed, ready to go to presses, recounting everything you've been through from your first conscious memory to right here and now as you read this, what would you want to title it? I would want to title it The Gambler. Starring Kenny Rogers. That's the title of my autobiography. The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. People would buy it. I'd even put a picture of Kenny Rogers on the front. And people would buy it and be like, this don't seem like Kenny Rogers' life. Oh, I didn't know Kenny Rogers was into metal music. Kenny Rogers is much more handsome than I remember. So there we go. There's the answers to Sexy Blues, aka Johnny Blues the Blues Man. The questions that he posed to me, very fun. Liked doing this video. If I get many more questions, I will do yet another Q&A answer video. But I don't think I'm going to get any more. So this will probably be the last one. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Subscribe. I'll put the link to Johnny's channel in the description. Check out his stuff. He does, you know, anime stuff, Doctor Who stuff, superhero stuff, action figure things, and just random thoughts. But always fun stuff. Always look forward to his videos. So there we go. Cheers.